Let me continue, sir, this arrays concept. Sir, in the last we covered, in the last sessions we discussed about, sir, just arrays introduction part we completed. How to declare arrays, array declaration. Next, array creation. How you can create array object. Next, how you can perform initialization, explicit initialization. I took. Next, sir, array declaration. Next, creation and initialization in a single line. How you can declare, create an initialization in a single line. Shortcut technique also I covered, right? Okay. So next, after this one, what is the next thing I have to talk about? There is one small concept is there, maybe very important for the exam sake. That's why please take a bit special care. Length versus length is there, sir. Length versus length is there. Do you know in Java we have length is there, length variable is there, length method is there. Okay, length method is also there, length variable is also there, sir. So where we can use length variable, where we can use the length method, we have to talk about this one, sir. Just observe, int array x is equal to new int array of 3, something like I'm taking, sir. Sir, now take very special care. If I print system.out.println x dot length, what the answer we are going to get? Can you please confirm? Respond, each and every person. What output we are going to get? If I can take like this, what the answer we are going to get? Yes, friends. Okay, good. Immediately error by default we are going to get, because the reason for that is, for the arrays length variable is available but not length method. For arrays length variable is available but not for length method. That's why this one is invalid. Immediately error by default we are going to get. So length for arrays length variable we require to use but not length method. If I can take x dot length, what is the output we are going to get now? Please confirm. What the answer we will get? 3. What is the size? What is the size of this array? The size of this array itself is the 3, sir. Okay. So length variable applicable for arrays but not the length method. Length variable returns the size of the array, the total number of elements, how much it can hold. It is going to represent size of this array, right? Okay. Next, length method. Suppose I'm taking string s is equal to Durga. I'm taking, sir. Now system.out.println s dot length. Can you please spell out what the output we are going to get? Respond, Bhaskar. Yes, sir, dot length. What the answer we are going to get? Immediately error we are going to get. What the reason for that is? Array length variable length variable applicable for arrays but not for string. Okay, for the string object compulsory we require to use a length method. Remember this one. So system.out.println yes sir dot length. Now what is the answer we are going to get? 5 itself is the answer. So don't get confused by overlook. Most of the people are missing this point, sir. Array length variable am I using, or length method we are using? Length variable applicable for arrays but not for string objects. Length method applicable for string objects but not for arrays. That clarity compulsory you people should have. Any doubt? All the things are very clear for you people, right? Okay. So where we have to use the length method, where we require to use the length variable, length method, length variable applicable for arrays, not for arrays, but not for strings. Okay, length method applicable for okay strings, for strings but not for arrays. Remember this one. Next, someone is asking, Swarup Sarkar is asking, where is the length variable is available? This is the question is asking, sir. Where is the length variable is available? Sir, now my question is, here observe carefully. X is a reference variable to object. Now I am calling length on this X means compulsory length variable is the instance variable. Regarding length variable is the instance variable. Instance variables we can call by using object reference. It is the instance variable, right? So instance variable should be defined within the class directly. Sir, for this there is a class is available, right? In that class this length variable is available. Regarding, so corresponding for this array, for every array type, corresponding classes are there internally. So in that class length variable is available. For every array object, the corresponding classes are available. That corresponding class should contain this length variable. That's why on this object you are in the position to call length variable. Yes, Swarup, clear? Any doubt? Yes, for any array, Swarup Sarkar, for any array including char array also, it's possible. It's possible to see. No, we can't. If you, it's not possible to see because that class is not available to the programmer level. It is part of Java language. Okay. Now there are just two important conclusions are there related to this one. Okay, what the answer you should aware, sir. What's my requirement here is observe very carefully about this one. Observe a bit carefully about this. Sir, I'm taking int array, two-dimensional array, x is equal to new two-dimensional array, where the base size is 6. Next level size is 3. I'm taking, sir. Assume like, sir. Now, sir, system.out.println of x dot length I'm taking. Can you please confirm what is the answer we are going to get? Can I get a 6 or can I get a 3? Can I get 6 or can I get a 3 or can I get a 9 or can I get a 18? Sir, which one may be the correct answer? 6, 3, 9, 18. 6, 3, 9, 18. Which may be the correct answer? Okay, take very special care about this one, sir. Yes. So 7. Who is asking? Oi Bhaskar, kya hua? What the answer we are going to get in this case? So here take very special care about this terminology, right? So now it is the two-dimensional array where base size is the 6. Okay, remember now here where the base size is the 6. Sir, here just observe carefully. Observe that here. Okay. Here just the base size is the 6. Next level size is the 3. Okay. Now here it is an array with the size 3. Similarly, here it is an array with the size 3. Like dot. Here, okay, like this one is available, right? Now my question is, take very special care about this one. In multi-dimensional arrays, length variable represents only base size. Length variable represents only base size. That's why 6 is the answer. You should aware, sir. Then I want to know total size. Was total here 3 elements, like total how many elements I can hold. Then what is the way you have to find is x of 0 dot length plus x of 1 dot length. You have to do, sir, like this style, x of 2 dot length plus dot. Okay, x of 0 dot length plus x of 1 dot length plus x of 2 dot length dot. Okay, like you have to aware this terminology, right? X of 0 dot length plus x of 1 dot length plus x of 2 dot length, like so you require to consider in this style. Take very special care, sir. Then why it is not represented in total size? The reason is In multi-dimensional arrays, the next level sizes are not fixed. Okay, sometimes 3, sometimes 2, sometimes maybe 4. That's why. So total size it won't represent. It's always going to represent. Length is always going to represent only base size. Remember it very carefully, friends. Any doubt? Are you in the position to understand? Sir, x of 0 dot length is 3. Correct, sir. So in multi-dimensional arrays, length variable is always going to represent only base size. Remember very carefully about this. Sir, now the next one more thing I want to take, sir. Very important for the exam set. I have string array is there. String array, yes, is equal to new string array. String array is equal to new string array of 3 is there, sir. Okay, new string array of 3 is there. 3 is there, sir. Now my requirement is, sir, here are instead of that. Okay, directly I'm taking a. Okay, next a. Okay, like I'm taking, this is my string array. So now which of the following are valid declarations, like they may ask system router println yes dot length, yes dot length, yes dot length, yes of 0 dot length, yes of 0 dot length, like can you please confirm among these which is valid, which is invalid, friends? Can you please confirm what the output by default we are going to get? I mean, which are valid, which are invalid? Yes dot length, perfectly it is valid. Now do you know what is the answer? We are going to get a 3, because yes is a string array. In that how many elements are there? 3 elements are there. Next, for array length method is not applicable. Even it is a string array also, length method is not applicable. Immediately compile time error we are going to get. Okay, like next, s of 0. S of 0 means, do you know this one? S of 0 means it is string. For the string length variable not applicable, because for the string length method we require to use, but length variable is not applicable. That's why immediately compile time error we are going to get. Next, s of 0 dot length. S of 0 dot length. Sir, s of 0 is the string dot length method. Yes, its length is 1. Remember that. Are you in the position to understand, right? Yeah. So length variable and the length method, you have to take a bit very special care about this one. Maybe a chance to ask this type of questions also for the exam set. Any doubt? Respond. Any doubt about this? Okay. Now the next thing, there is one special concept is there. Okay, take a bit special care. Anonymous arrays, very important, sir. Anonymous arrays. So I thought that this is not that much important, but there are some questions from this area also. So that's why each and every point without leaving, I'm trying to cover related to the arrays concept. Remember. So now here my requirement is anonymous arrays. Can you please spell out what is anonymous array? The name itself indicates. Have you observed, right? Anonymous. Okay, what is the meaning of anonymous? Anonymous author, anonymous election, something like anonymous. Okay, without name, nameless, without a name. Okay, so sometimes we can create an array. We can create an array without a name. Okay, an array without a name. Without a name is called anonymous arrays. So such a type of nameless arrays are called anonymous arrays. Okay, an array without a name, such type of nameless arrays are called anonymous arrays. Remember this one, sir. So what is the main objective of anonymous arrays? Array without name, how you can use? You may have the figure out. What is the use of that? Just aware this point very carefully, sir. Sir, just observe that you are attending my classes. I hope you may aware everything related to durgasoft. Okay, durgasoft is available at Hyderabad. The trainer who is taking this session is the durgasir. Next, their office numbers are so and so. Okay, like I hope everyone having clear information about us. Correct, right? Yes or no? You are having complete information about us, because in the future, if any communication is required, compulsory, sir, mail ID must be required, mobile number must be required. You should aware, right? So because it's not one time job, we are every day we require to communicate. Suppose tomorrow class is not there, we have to intimate. Or tomorrow some problem you are facing, you have to make a call to our office, and then you have to get clarification, something like. So here it is not one time activity, it is continuous activity of almost 1 month or otherwise 2 months, like it will be there. Okay, like that. So it is so you required our communication, right? You required our communication information. Next, suppose you are traveling in the auto. Assume you are traveling in the auto. Okay, just sir, I want to go to some Indira Park or something, like you are asking. Auto wala on the road is there. Yes, you are asking, Arey, can you please come to Indira Park? Like then immediately auto wala is telling, yes, I can come. Then how much is? So 200 or 300, like he's going to tell. Yes, you are going to decide some 150 or 200. Then you entered into the auto. Okay, that's all. You entered into the auto, right? So now, whenever your required destination came, you will get down, pay the money, and then you will come out. Okay, that's all. Now my question is, are you taking auto wala communication, mobile number, mail ID, or his address? Are you going to take? Yes or no? Are you taking auto wala mobile number, mail ID, and his address? Are you maintaining that? No. We want to maintain. We want to take. What is the reason for that? Here, array, I'm not communicating. I'm not going to communicate with that auto wala in the future. Anytime in the future, I'm not going to use this person. I'm not going to communicate with this person anymore. Then why I have to take his contact information? Remember this one, sir. So we required only one time usage. I'm not going to use multiple times, sir. So if you require only one time usage, what is the need of taking his contact information? Okay, the same style, if you are going to use array only once, I'm not going to use the next level multiple times, then what is the need of giving the name? Remember this one. So for such type of one time usage, or instant use, we require to go for anonymous arrays. Friends, everyone in the position to understand when we should go for anonymous array? An array without name itself is the anonymous array. Next, the main objective of anonymous arrays is one time usage or instant use. Okay, like just required only once. For such type of cases, happily we can go for anonymous arrays. Remember this one, sir. Then immediately, how you can create anonymous array? Very important, friends. Very important. Take a bit special care. So now new int array of 10, 20, 30. So now, do you know an array got created? How with how many elements? 3 elements. With how many elements? 3 elements. An array got created 3 elements. And what is the name I'm giving? Sorry, I'm not giving any name. These are type of nameless arrays are by default considered anonymous arrays. Remember this one, sir. These type of nameless arrays are by default considered anonymous arrays. Any doubt regarding how you can create an anonymous array? New keyword must be required. Next and after that type must be required. Next and after that compulsory you have to specify the data. Remember, compulsory we require to specify the data. This type of way is by default considered anonymous arrays. Okay, someone is asking, Swarup is asking, sir, I don't want to perform initialization. Array, if you are not performing initialization, then in the future you have to perform initialization. In the future, if you want to perform initialization, if you require to perform initialization, compulsory by using name only you should do that. That's why uninitialized arrays never be anonymous. Swarup, getting the point? Compulsory for anonymous arrays, you should provide the data at the beginning only. Okay, because it's the one-time use. So you are not going to use this array second time. That's why it is just for instant use. It is okay. Next, one more thing. How many elements I'm providing? Here data compulsory we should provide. How many elements we are providing? Can you please tell? How many elements we are providing? Three. So you are providing three. Already number of elements. Already you are telling the elements. That's why you should not specify the size. By mistake, if you are specifying the size, immediately error by default you are going to get, friends. So if you can take like this, it is invalid. So this one is valid, no problem at all. So how you can declare anonymous arrays? This is the way. Okay, I will explain with example where you have this type of requirement sharat. I will explain with an example. Don't worry, just aware the syntactical things. So how to declare anonymous array? This is the way, friends. Okay, how you can create anonymous array is the way. So at the time of anonymous array creation, we should not specify the size. By mistake, if you are specifying the size, immediately error by default you are going to get. Remember very carefully. I hope everyone in the position to understand. Okay, now, sir, is it possible to declare multi-dimensional anonymous arrays? Is it possible to create multi-dimensional anonymous arrays? Yes, why not? Yes, why not? Okay, new two-dimensional array. New two-dimensional array. Sir, here just observe. It is the two-dimensional array of arrays. Okay, now 30, 40, 50 is there. That's all. It is a two-dimensional anonymous array. Remember that it is two-dimensional anonymous array. So we can create multi-dimensional anonymous arrays also, no problem at all. Remember this one, we can create multi-dimensional anonymous arrays also, itself is acceptable. New int array of confirm is valid or not? Respond. Is this array creation is valid or not? Valid. Now my question is, I thought that after a few minutes, but after a few minutes, I came to know. After a few minutes, I came to know that array array, this one, I want to use multiple times, that's why suddenly for this array I'm giving the name. Okay, can you please confirm, is it valid declaration or not? For anonymous array, anonymous array, remember this one, if you want you can give the name, perfectly valid, but so it is no longer anonymous because you gave the name. At any point of time you can access this data by using this X. Once you give the name, then it is no longer anonymous. Getting? Johnny, it is invalid. You can't declare like that. So the two-dimensional array you should declare in this style only. Compulsory. Sir, here it is an array. In that every element itself is an array. Every element itself is an array, two-dimensional array of arrays. Yeah. Are you in the position to understand? So just only 3 points I covered, sir. What is anonymous array? I will explain with an example, then you will get much clarity. Don't worry. What is anonymous array? An array without name. How you can create anonymous array? Just a type new, and then type, and then just elements. Anonymous array. It is no longer anonymous. Okay, so maybe a chance to ask these type of questions for the exam. Say what they will ask is, which of the following are valid declarations, something like that. They may ask here. Just observe, I'm taking int array x is equal to new int array of 3. I'm taking new int array in which of the following cases an array will be created with the default values. Can you please tell? An array will be created with the default values where the array elements are 0 0 0 0, like any which one is the correct answer? Which of the following array in which of the following cases array created and initialized with the default values, Can you please tell default values? I'm talking about the default values. That's why this one is the correct answer, because here an array created but not with the default values 10 20 30. Remember this one, 10 20 30. That's why, so which option is the correct B? Sir, why the first one is the invalid? Please confirm why the first one is the invalid. Sharat, at the time of creation of an array, compulsory we have to specify the size, but we are not specifying the size. That's why compiler give left and right. Remember that. So, sir, answer itself is the B. Now my question is, in which of the following cases we will get compile time error? Can you please spell out? We will get compile time error. In which cases we will get compile time error? A. Next and after that, can you please confirm? Assume that A, B, C, D. A, comma. Next, do you have any other? C. A, comma, C. Okay, the reason for that is, here you didn't specify the size. But here you are creating anonymous array style. At the time of anonymous array creation, compulsory we should not specify the size. By mistake, if you are specifying the size, immediately error we are going to get. Okay, that's all this is. Any doubt? Third one is the compile time error, correct? Because the reason, Sharat, at the time of anonymous array creation, we should not specify the size. Okay, maybe a chance for this type of questions. C, why it is invalid? You created, Swarup, you created array with anonymous array style. With the anonymous array, whenever you are creating, okay, compulsory, we should not specify the size. I mean, while creating anonymous array, we should provide data, but not size. That's why this C is invalid. Swarup, already I covered right this point. While creating anonymous arrays, we should not specify the size. Vimal, it's a valid. Vimal, whatever the code you wrote, it is a valid. Now, here that's all. Maybe just aware these are things, right? Now, my next point is, listen carefully. Sir, where you have this type of requirement, okay, like you may ask the question. Here, just observe carefully, right? Assume that I have one method is there, public, static, void, some method is there, which is always taking int array, okay, like that. So now int total is equal to 0. I'm taking int total is equal to 0. So for each int value x1 in x, for each int value x1 in x, total is equal to total plus x1. Total is equal to total plus x1. System dot out dot println. Okay, system dot out dot println the total. Okay, the total is just the total is okay, like I'm taking total. This is about my requirement. So I have a method is there, some method is there, I have a some method is there. This is some method is the responsible to print the sum of elements present inside int array. Assume that's all. So this is the method is there. Any doubt about this method? Can you please confirm, friends? Any doubt about this method? No, good. Okay, now my question is, legend this one. So from the main, I want to find the sum of 10, 20, 30, 40. This is my requirement. I want to find sum of 10, 20, 30, 40. But to find the sum, already an array, already some method is there. To find the sum, already some method is there. But the problem with the sum method is, it is always taking array as the argument. It's always taking array as the argument. So just to call some method, we require an array. Just to call some method, we require an array. But after completing some method, we won't use that array anymore. We won't use that array anymore. Such type of nameless. So for that instant use, happily you can go for anonymous arrays. Remember this one. Are you getting the point, right? So just to call some method, we require an array. Just to call some method, we require an array. But after completing some method, I want to use that array anymore. Okay, so you require an array just for one time usage, just for instant use. For such type of one time requirement or instant use requirement, happily you can go for, happily we can go for, okay, which concepts are anonymous arrays concept. Now have a look once. I want to call some method, but to call some method, compulsory is expecting int array, but I'm not having array. Just instantly you can create int array. Okay, like just you can pass. Are you getting right? Now just to call some method, we created an array. Next we are just passing, but I'm not using that array anymore in the, now I'm not using that array anymore in the next lines of the code. I'm not using anymore in the next lines of the code. That's why happily you can go for anonymous array. Yes, all the people are getting what is the need of anonymous array. So syntactical things anyway we discussed, but now what exact use? Just for instant use, just for one time use. Happily we can go for anonymous arrays. Okay. Now take a bit special care. Happily the code compiles fine. Okay. So now let me run. The sum of the total 60. 10 plus 20 plus 30 itself is a 60. We are going to get. Any explanation is required? Respond. These type of declarations are very common in the exam, anonymous arrays. So take very special care about these things, friends. Just for instant use. Maybe makes a chance to ask these kind of questions for the exam. What is the anonymous? I mean, usage of anonymous arrays. You require to be familiar with that. Can I go for next one? Everyone got what is the meaning of anonymous arrays? Okay. Now the next thing, very important, sir. Very important. Array element assignments. Array element assignments. Array element assignments like I'm thinking. So it's very simple, sir. Here we have multiple types of arrays are there. Okay, listen very carefully. Right? We have multiple types of arrays are there. Primitive arrays, objective type arrays, interface type arrays, abstract class type arrays. Like we can take it. No problem at all. So now here just observe primitive arrays. I want to take a primitive arrays like primitive arrays like primitive arrays like int array, float array, like these type of things are primitive arrays. Int array x is equal to new int array of 10 is there. For this, can you please tell how many elements it can hold? How many elements it can hold? It can hold 10 elements. 10 elements. Now, which elements we have to provide? Which type of elements we can provide? Because array can hold only homogeneous data type elements. Okay, compulsory it should be int type only. Remember, right? Now I'm taking x of 0 is equal to 100. Yes, int value. X of 1 is equal to a. I'm taking. Can you please tell, is it valid or invalid? Respond. Is it valid or invalid? Perfectly valid, because a internally converted to okay 97. Small a means 97, capital A means 65. Sir, internally converted to int type. That's why. So in the case of int array, which data type elements are allowed? Have you remembered, right? At our childhood we covered byte, short, int, long, byte, short, int, long, float, double. Next and after that char, like one diagram we draw multiple times. Have you remember, right? We are using this one. So in the place of int, you can provide byte value, you can provide short value, you can provide char value. Like all these things are implicitly converted to int type. If you are expecting int, no problem. Byte, short, char, these 4 types are allowed. Okay. By mistake, other than these 4, if you are taking any other like a long, float, double, immediately compatible error we are going to get. Are you getting right? Are you in the position to understand? Okay, well, yes, Bhaskar, it's also valid, no problem, because it is the int value, right? 0765, it is the int value. If the int value, of course, octal number will be converted into decimal, that decimal value will be stored. Okay. Now, here just observe that. If it is the int array, can you please confirm, is it valid or invalid? X of 2 is equal to 10L. Valid or invalid? Bhaskar, all those valid, no problem. What about this one? Is it valid or invalid? Invalid. What the reason? Array is the int type. How you can provide long? How you can provide long? Okay, well, invalid. Now I'm taking float array f is equal to new float array of 10 I'm taking. So I want to represent 10 float values. Float values, right? Sir, f of 0 is equal to 10. f of 1 is equal to a is equal to a f of 2 is equal to 10l. Okay, f of 3 is equal to 10.5 f. Can you please confirm all these are valid or invalid? Yeah, all are valid or invalid? 100% pakka these are valid because the reason is it is the float type. For float, which types are allowed, sir? Byte is allowed, short is allowed, int is allowed, long is allowed, and then float is allowed. Next, char is also allowed. Until float, all the data types happily you can provide, no problem at all. But if I can take f of 4 is equal to 10.5, f of 4 is equal to 10.5, can you please confirm is it valid or invalid? Is it valid or invalid? This one is invalid. Regarding this one is invalid. What the reason for that is for the float type array, okay, you can't provide a double. You can't provide double because 10.5 by default what type? Double type. Double you can't provide. So in the case of primitive type arrays, primitive type arrays, in the case of primitive type arrays, as array elements, we can provide any type, we can provide any type which can be implicitly promoted to declare type, implicitly promoted to declared type. Remember this one, implicitly promoted to declared type. So in the case of primitive type arrays, as array elements, we can provide any type which can be implicitly promoted to declared type. Suppose assume that if it is a double array, every type of thing is allowed, no problem at all. Any doubt? Yes, sir. Float to double conversion, implicit conversion is possible, but a double to float in implicit conversion not possible. Amit, we covered already in the last videos, last sessions. Clear? That's all. Now, second one, sir. Take very special care. Okay? Object type arrays. Object type arrays. Okay? Object type arrays. Object type arrays. Sir, I'm taking one object array. A is equal to new object array of 10 I'm taking. Sir, A of 0 is equal to new object. Can you please tell is it valid or not? F0 is equal to new object. Itself is valid or not? Yes, no problem at all. Valid. Okay, itself is valid, sir. A of 1 is equal to new integer of 10. A of 2 is equal to new string of Durga. Durga, like I'm taking, sir. Among these, can you please confirm all these things are valid or invalid? Yes, all are valid. What the reason is? It is expecting object type. So integer, every class is the child class of object. That's why. So all these objects are by default object type. Integer is the object type. String is the object type. No problem at all, because these things are child classes of object. That's why it is valid. So in the case of object type arrays, as array elements, we can provide either declared type, or its child class objects, Can I use the word? Either declared type or its child class objects. Yes or no? Okay, well. Next one. I have one more example is there, sir. Assume that number array n is equal to new number array of 10 I'm taking. Do you know in our hierarchy where is the number? In our hierarchy, where is the number class? Here very simple. Just observe that. Here object is there. Object contains several child classes are there. Okay, something like a string buffer, string builder, like a multiple child classes are there. Okay, next here number is also one child class. Remember that number is also one child class. Under number we have multiple child classes: byte class, short class, integer class, long class, float class, and double. Okay, these are 6 are child classes of number class. Remember this one: byte, short, integer, long, float, double. These are 6 are child classes of number class, right? Remember the number class. Okay, now my requirement is, so n of 0 is equal to new integer of 10. N of 0 is equal to new integer of 10. Is it valid or not? Is it valid or not? Because integer is the child class of number. Valid. N of 1 is equal to new string of Durga. Durga. Is it valid or invalid? N of 1 is equal to new string of Durga. Invalid. Like you should aware, friends. Okay. So here, do you know, number is an abstract class. Remember this one, sir. Number is an abstract class. So in the case of abstract class type arrays, okay, in the case of abstract class type arrays, can you please confirm, is it possible to create object for abstract class? Respond. Is it possible to create object for abstract class? No. But in the case of abstract type arrays, array elements, we can provide its child class objects. Array number array we can take, no problem. But in that which objects you can take, sir, it's a child class objects you can take. So itself is valid, but this one is invalid. Okay. Next, one more thing I want to take. That's all. This is object type and abstract class types. Next, if I can take interface type arrays. Interface type arrays. Okay. Now my requirement is, sir, here runnable array R is equal to new runnable array of 10 I'm taking. Can you please confirm, is it valid or invalid? Number is an abstract class anyway. Here it is completed. What about this one? Is it valid or not? 100% pakka this is valid. Perfectly this one is valid. What may be the reason? What may be the reason for that? It's a valid, no problem at all. So because we are not creating a runnable object, we are creating a runnable runnable type array object. Okay, runnable type array object. Remember this one. So in this, which type of objects are allowed? For this interface, implementation classes are there. Okay, if it is the runnable interface, implementation classes are thread. Remember this one. Thread class is the implementation class of runnable. Happily you can add that, no problem at all. Okay, now R of 0 is equal to new thread, like I'm taking, sir. R of 0 is equal to new thread. Perfectly, this one itself is acceptable. Okay, for interface type arrays, which type of elements are allowed? It's child, it's implementation class objects are allowed. Remember that. Okay, so here just observe primitive type arrays, primitive type. We can take any type of elements which can be implicitly promoted to declared type. Next, if it is object type, either declared type or its child class objects are allowed. If it is the abstract class type, its child class objects are allowed. If it is the interface type, If it is the interface type, it's implemented class objects are allowed. Implemented class objects are allowed for the array elements. So I'm not creating runnable object. I'm creating runnable type array object. It is not runnable object. It is an array object. Which type array object? Runnable type array object. So, are you getting right? So don't get confused. What is the difference between runnable R is equal to new runnable? Runnable R is equal to new runnable. And the runnable array R is equal to new runnable array of 10. Both are different. Here you are trying to create runnable object which is invalid. Because for interface you can create object. But here we are not creating runnable object. We are creating runnable type array object. Yes, Bhaskar, correct. We can create list array also. Another example, if you require, list is an interface. List array L is equal to new list array of 10. Perfectly, it is a value. List array L is equal to new list array of 10. It's a with the value L R 0 is equal to new array list. New array list. Array list is an implementation of class of list objects. L of 1 is equal to new linked list. L of 1 is equal to new linked list, like so. All these things are perfectly acceptable. Okay, so which type of array, which type of elements are allowed? Okay, like you should have clear clarity. Correct as well. Okay, now observe this one. Which of the following are valid? If I can take runnable R is equal to new runnable R is equal to new runnable. Next, here do you know runnable array R is equal to new runnable array of 10. I'm taking like that. So next, here just observe the list L is equal to new list I'm taking. Next, list array L is equal to new list 10 I'm taking. New list of 10. Among these, can you please tell which things are valid, which are invalid? Okay, which are valid, which are valid, which are valid. Okay, like you know already. B comma D I can use because B and D. Sir, this one is invalid because it is an interface of you can create an object. Sir, this one is invalid because it is an interface we can create object. Maybe just give it. I'm not creating a runnable object. I'm creating a runnable type array object. Any doubt? Vimal, it is the valid. Because the reason is auto unboxing concept is there. Because of that, it is the value. Maybe in the next we may discuss about that. Clear, right? Okay. Next up, sir, array. Here, do you know? Just observe that. Tic tac game. Tic tac. Sir, do you know? This is the tic tac game, sir. Now observe x o wow. Okay, how many people aware this game? Most of the people. No idea, nothing. Here just observe that. So just have a look once. If I'm taking first option x, if three consecutive x are coming, if three consecutive x are coming, x are coming, if three consecutive x are coming, then you are the winner. If three consecutive O's are coming, then system is the winner. Something like that. Okay. Now I'm taking here. Just observe that. Yeah. Now here are you getting right? Yes. So winner, like this is this type of thing I want to represent as the tic tac game, right? Tic tac. Do you know this is a tic tac game? So we are representing tic tac. Tic tac. We are representing. Sir, these type of questions are very common. We are third game in Telugu. Okay, maybe I'm not sure, Bhaskar. We are representing tic tac game table in two-dimensional in two-dimensional array in two-dimensional array table by using two-dimensional array. So currently table looks like okay. Now I have these tables, sir. Okay, currently my table looks like okay. Assume that my table looks like, sir, how many columns are required? Sir, 3 columns are required and the 3 rows are required. Assume that here. So first row, second row, third row. Okay, first row, second row, third row, third row. Next first column, second column and the third column, like that. So currently here the content is x. Okay, here x, no, 1 minute. Here x, okay, here o is there, okay. Here x o, like this one, and then x o is there like that. X o is there like that. 1 minute, because I want to frame a small bit, because this type of bit is there, sir. This type of bit is there in the exam. Okay, please make sure you should aware, sir. Okay, now what they're asking is to get a 3 consecutive x, three consecutive x in which of the following, in which of the 3 consecutive x, to get a 3 consecutive x. So which of the thing we have to take? Something like that. Here assume that tic tac array, string two-dimensional array, s is equal to, or tic tac is equal to new string two-dimensional array of base size 3, next size 3. Assume that. Okay, now the table already you saw. Table is already you saw that, right? X is there, first column. Next the second column, x is there. Third column, okay, here empty, just here also empty, like So now take very special care. This is the current position. Next here, do you know this is the current position? Now to print, to get the 3 consecutive x, which thing we have to fill, which one we require to fill. This is about to get three consecutive x, to get 3 consecutive x. So which of the following declaration required? Which of the following declaration required? Like I'm taking. Now have a look once, sir. First option, tick tag off. Okay, sir, I'm taking 0 1 2 0 is equal to y. I'm taking 0 is equal to y. I'm taking. This is the first one. Next, sorry, x I'm taking. This is the first one. Next, here do you know 2 1 is equal to x. I'm taking x I'm taking 2. Next, here 1 1 2 is equal to x. I'm taking. Next, 2 2 is equal to x. I'm taking. Something like that. Okay, you have to aware. You should aware. If it is a tic-tac game, how you can represent in 2-dimensional? Each element, how you can access? Like you should aware, sir. Can you please confirm which one is the value? Which one itself is the valid, sir? In this case, A, B, C, D. Please observe carefully. You know what there inside, but bit framing is different. But anyway, what may be the answer? Tic-tac. 1, 2. Okay, here just you know this place if you can fill with x, this place if I can fill with x, then automatically 3 consecutive x will be there. So winner right. Okay, 3 consecutive x, which of the following declaration required to win the game? Assume that to win the game like here also let me take a book. To win the game, which of the 3 consecutive x is required to win the game? Okay, like so which one maybe is the correct answer? Here x we require to place, here x we require to place, so then it is valid, sir. Obviously which one is the answer, sir? Sir, C itself is the answer. So take a bit special care, sir. This type of questions are there in the exam. Take a bit special care about this. Okay, maybe they may not ask about tic-tac, but they may talk about some grid or something like that. So just this knowledge must be required. Any doubt? Bhaskar, pen and paper they won't allow, but they are going to provide erasable board, erasable pad. They will provide erasable pad, so you have that privilege. Okay, you can do some calculations if it is required. You can ask them.